Let's ruin your sense of scale permanently. You ever go outside and think, nothing nearby can seriously hurt me? No? Well, let's find out exactly how wrong that is. 7 creatures, each one smaller than your thumbnail or invisible entirely, each one capable of ending, overriding, or already occupying you. 0 of them care about your size. 0 of them know your name. 0 of them are going to apologize. Welcome to the list you didn't know you were already on. One day you're hiking through a Costa Rican rainforest, feeling alive, probably wearing the wrong shoes. You grab a branch to steady yourself. It's just a branch. Something on that branch decides you did that wrong. The bullet ant is about 2.5 centimeters, roughly your thumbnail. Its sting is so precise, a scientist built a 4-point pain scale just to log it. Bullet ant, 4.0 plus. Schmidt described it as pure, intense, brilliant pain, like walking on a flaming charcoal with a 3-inch nail embedded in your heel. He volunteered for that, multiple times. Narrator has questions about that man. Moving on. The venom is ponerotoxin. It forces your nerve cells to misfire, not once, on a loop, for up to 24 hours. No painkiller reliably touches that. No tissue damage, no lasting injury. Just your nervous system completely overloaded for a full day. That's not a sting. That's a system override with a 24-hour runtime. It's less a weapon and more a strongly worded letter your body can't file away. The ant goes back about its day immediately after. No hard feelings, just consequences. Tap if you'd still grab that branch. We both know you would. You'd grab it twice. One day you're back from Central America. There's a small lump on your arm. Itchy, raised, probably a mosquito bite. You've had worse. Then you notice it move. Oh, the botfly doesn't come for you directly. It hijacks a mosquito, glues its eggs to the underside, and sends it off. When the mosquito lands on you, your body heat triggers the eggs to hatch. The larvae enter through the bite wound, like a rideshare service for things that want to live inside you. You've never contested to any of this. There was no notification, no terms and conditions, no opt-out. Once inside, the larva anchors with backward-facing spines. Pulling it out wrong damages you more than it. That's intentional design. It breathes through a hole in your skin. It grows for 6 to 8 weeks. Squeeze it wrong, and it goes deeper. Your body heat is incubating a tenant who won't pay rent and cannot be evicted without specialist assistance. One removal method, cover the breathing hole with raw meat to lure it to the surface. That worked. That actually worked. Someone tried that, and it worked. We live in a world where that worked. Subscribe before something else subscribes to your body first. One day you walk through tall grass. You feel nothing. You notice nothing. You go home, cook dinner, sleep. 3 days later, you find a tick that has been feeding on you since the grass. Welcome to passive damage. When the black-legged tick bites, it injects an anesthetic first. You can't feel it. It feeds for days. If it's carrying Borrelia burgdorferi, Lyme disease transfers after roughly 36 to 48 hours of attachment. Miss that window? You're running a countdown you didn't know had started. The clock was already ticking when you were making dinner. Late-stage Lyme hits your nervous system, joints, and heart. The Australian paralysis tick goes further. Its saliva shuts down motor function from the legs upward, ascending paralysis from something you never felt land. The paralysis isn't the worst part. The 36-hour window you already missed is. Ticks cause more human disease in the northern hemisphere than any other arthropod. Smaller than a sesame seed, more medical paperwork than most medium-sized animals. Quiet. You're welcome for that. Now go check your socks. Check them now. We'll wait. Comment if you're suddenly itchy. Statistically, at least one of you has a tick right now. You're a cockroach for this one. You aren't, but your nervous system is closer to this than you'd like to think. The emerald jewel wasp doesn't want to eat the cockroach, it wants to use it. 2 surgical stings. The first paralyzes the front legs, the second targets the exact neurons controlling the escape reflex. The cockroach doesn't die, it just stops wanting to leave. That wasp has better neurological aim than most surgeons and charges significantly less. No consultation fee, no follow-up appointment, just results. The wasp leads the cockroach, fully alive, fully compliant, by its own antenna into a burrow, lays an egg, seals the entrance. The larva feeds from the inside, keeping the host alive as long as possible. The cockroach had the ability to run the entire time. The wasp just quietly deleted the intention. That's not predation. That's behavioral reprogramming with a 2-inch stinger. No mess, no drama, no cockroach filing a complaint. Like the video before something removes your option to decide. Imagine you're an ant, going about your day. Then, without understanding why, you climb a stem you've never climbed before. You bite down on a leaf at a very specific height. Your jaw locks, you don't let go. You'd think that's the end. It isn't even the point. Ophiocordyceps unilateralis infects carpenter ants and steers them, like a biological drone, to the exact humidity zone its spores need. The ant climbs to 25 centimeters above the forest floor. Same compass orientation across colonies, across continents. It hijacks muscle control directly. The brain isn't even in the meeting. After the ant dies, the fungal stalk grows to its head and releases spores onto the ants below. The fungus has no nervous system, no brain. It is steering a creature that does. No brain required. Narrator stops, takes a moment. A mushroom is a better pilot than the animal it's flying. We're just going to leave that there. Narrator needs a second. Somewhere in a rainforest right now, an ant is climbing a stem and has no memory of deciding to climb. Cheerfully, purposefully, completely overridden. Subscribe. Your body is still yours. Probably, for now, while it lasts. One day you're swimming in a warm freshwater lake, August, perfect temperature. You dive under and water goes up your nose. You don't think about it. You go home, cook dinner, sleep, feel slightly off the next day, but assume it's nothing. Naegleria fowleri lives in warm fresh water. When it enters your nasal cavity, it travels directly up the olfactory nerve into your brain and begins consuming tissue. No checkpoint, no delay, no knock at the door. Already inside. Headache, fever, within days, hallucinations, loss of coordination, brain swelling. Fatality rate, approximately 97%. Since 1962, fewer than 5 people have survived. 5 total across 6 decades. You cannot get it from drinking the water, only nasal exposure. Don't get it up your nose is, medically speaking, the entire survival guide. That's the pamphlet. One line, they didn't need more. The worst part isn't the rarity, it's that by the time symptoms escalate, the window is already gone. Single cell, 97% fatal. Entered through your nose while you were having a genuinely good afternoon. Like the video, it's the least invasive thing happening to you right now. Most of this list you can dodge. Stay out of warm lakes, check your legs after a hike, don't grab unidentified branches in Central America. This one you have right now, today. Toxoplasma gondii is a single-celled parasite. It infects an estimated 30 to 50% of the global human population. You can get it from undercooked meat, contaminated soil, or cat feces. You don't know you have it. 1 in 3 people watching this video. Hi! In healthy adults, it goes dormant, forms cysts in muscle tissue and in your brain. No symptoms, you feel fine. Something else is happening. Your reaction time slows, risk tolerance climbs, personality shifts, measurably, statistically, in peer-reviewed literature. You're more likely to crash a car, more likely to take a risk you shouldn't. It nudges your behavior toward scenarios that help it spread. Rodents with it walk toward cats on purpose, calmly, directly, with no apparent awareness that this is a problem. You're a running behavioral script. The question is, how much of it is yours? 1 in 3 humans, brain cysts, measurable behavioral influence, no symptoms, no announcement, no warning light on the dashboard. It doesn't need to kill you. It doesn't announce itself. It just adjusts. The part of you that just decided that this isn't a big deal, was that you? Watch the next video, or don't, though we'd love to know who made that call. 7 creatures, all smaller than your thumbnail or invisible entirely, all capable of ending you, installing themselves in you, overriding your motor system, or sitting in your brain adjusting dials you can't access. Your size advantage was never real. It was just the assumption you were issued at birth and never thought to question. Your immune system is doing its best. Genuinely, remarkable organ. Underpaid, no vacation days. Dealing with all of this constantly on your behalf while you go grab branches in Costa Rica. The smallest things on this planet have had hundreds of millions of years to practice. You've had a few decades in a pair of hiking shoes that were wrong for the terrain. Go watch the next video. It's somehow worse. You should know. See you next time. Check for ticks. Seriously, right now, we're not joking about the ticks. 7 creatures. One of them is already in 30% of you. You all clap for the ants.